Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
The Louvre Museum in Paris is very famous. Many people visit it every year. But one Sunday morning, something shocking happened. On October 19, 2025, a group of thieves broke into the museum. It was a very quick crime, lasting only 7 minutes. These thieves stole many old and beautiful jewels. These jewels once belonged to French empresses. They were called Napoleonic jewels because of their history with Napoleon. These treasures are very, very valuable, more than money can say. The thieves took 9 pieces of this special jewelry. They did this in the daytime, when the museum was open or about to open. News of the robbery quickly spread around the world. People everywhere were surprised and worried. How could such a famous museum with so much security be robbed so fast? The crime made people think about how safe museums are. It made everyone ask, are our cultural treasures truly safe? This theft in Paris was not just about lost jewels. It showed that even the biggest museums can have problems with security. It made many wonder if museums around the world need to change how they protect their precious items. This event made people think more about protecting art and history for future generations. It was a big warning sign for all museums. The world now waits to see what happens next with the stolen jewels and museum safety. 2. The quick robbery. The robbery happened quickly, just 30 minutes after the Louvre Museum opened its doors to the public. It was around 9:30 in the morning. A group of skilled thieves began their very planned operation. They chose a specific part of the museum where active construction work was taking place. A large construction lift, normally used for moving furniture or materials, was located there. The thieves used this lift to go up, reaching a window on the first floor of the historical palace building. This construction zone proved to be a critical weakness in the museum's security. French officials later stated that the thieves knew the museum's layout and weak spots extremely well. They used a special tool, a disc cutter, to precisely cut through the strong window panes. This allowed them to get inside without triggering any immediate alarms on the outer barriers. Once through the window, they went directly to the Galerie d'Apollon. This grand, beautifully decorated hall was designed for King Louis XIV in the 17th century, and it is where many of France's most historic crown jewels are kept on display. The criminals knew exactly which gallery and what items to target. The entire operation was incredibly fast. Culture Minister Rachida Dati reported that it lasted only 4 minutes, while other officials estimated it took 7 minutes. In this impossibly short amount of time, the thieves quickly broke open the glass display cases. They seized 9 pieces of invaluable jewelry. After grabbing the treasures, they rushed out of the museum. Motorbikes were waiting for them close to the River Seine. The thieves quickly got on the motorbikes and sped away from the scene. Tourists who were visiting the Louvre that morning witnessed the chaotic scene unfold. Videos captured showed people looking puzzled and scared as police rapidly cleared the area. All visitors had to leave through the iconic glass pyramid entrance. An American tourist described the event as being like a Hollywood movie. Because of the serious crime, the Louvre announced it would close for the entire day. This is a very rare occurrence for such a famous and busy museum. French authorities stated it was a well-scouted operation, meaning the criminals had planned every detail carefully, possibly for many months. The police quickly understood they were dealing with very professional and organized thieves. 3. The lost jewels. The thieves took 9 pieces of important jewels from the Louvre Museum. These pieces were very special to French history. They once belonged to French empresses. The police made a list of all the stolen items. One main item was an emerald necklace. It also had matching emerald earrings. These jewels belonged to Empress Marie-Louise, Napoleon Bonaparte's second wife. The necklace was very grand. It had 32 emeralds and 1,138 diamonds. The large emeralds were round or diamond-shaped, surrounded by smaller diamonds. Each part also had small round emeralds. This set was part of Marie-Louise's personal jewelry collection. Another set of jewels taken was a sapphire tiara, a sapphire necklace, and 1 sapphire earring. Queen Marie-Amélie and Queen Hortense had worn these pieces. They were from the early 1800s. From Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, 3 pieces were stolen. These were a tiara, a large diamond brooch for clothes, and the reliquary brooch. The reliquary brooch was made in 1855 and had 94 diamonds. Something dramatic happened with Empress Eugenie's crown. The thieves took this crown, which was made in 1855. It was made of gold and had 1,998 diamonds and 56 emeralds. But as the thieves ran away, they dropped the crown. Police found it outside the museum. It was damaged. Strangely, the thieves did not take one very famous jewel. This was the Regent diamond. It is known worldwide and was in the same room. Experts say it is worth more than 60 million euros. No one knew why such a valuable diamond was left behind. This made people think the thieves had orders for specific items only. 4. The police start work. The police in Paris began their work immediately after the shocking robbery. Special forensic teams quickly arrived at the Louvre Museum and searched the surrounding streets for any clues. The Paris prosecutor's office started a major investigation. They were looking into a serious crime, theft committed by an organized gang. The whole city was put on alert as a large manhunt began. Authorities believed 4 people were involved in the daring heist. 2 thieves wore yellow safety vests. This made them look like normal construction workers, helping them to hide their true purpose. The other 2 waited with scooters for the escape, ready to leave quickly. Many tourists inside and outside the museum were very surprised. They saw police closing off the area near the famous glass pyramid. President Emmanuel Macron quickly shared his feelings. He said the theft was an attack on France's important history and culture. He promised that the criminals would face justice and that every effort would be made to find them and the stolen treasures. At the robbery scene, police found clear evidence of careful planning. They discovered tools like 2 angle grinders, used for cutting, and a blowtorch. There was also gasoline, gloves, a walkie-talkie, and a blanket. A yellow vest, like those the thieves wore, was found not far away. It seemed the thieves threw it away in their haste to escape. The criminals even tried to set fire to the truck that carried the construction lift they used. However, a brave Louvre security officer stopped this attempt. This forced the thieves to run away even faster. Experts in art and crime warned that getting the jewels back would be very difficult. Christopher Marinello, who helps recover stolen art, expressed deep concern. He said that if the thieves only wanted quick money, they might break the jewels apart. They could melt down the metal and take out the precious stones. This would destroy the item's historical importance forever. Alexandre Giquello, from a well-known auction house, echoed this fear. He noted that the recovered crown alone was worth many millions of euros. But he worried that the other stolen items were even more valuable, not just in money, but in history. Experts explained that the jewels had incalculable value. They feared that only a small percentage of stolen artworks, maybe 5 to 10%, are ever found again. This grim outlook made many people worried about the future of the priceless Napoleonic jewels. 5. Problems at the museum. The Louvre Museum had serious problems even before the recent robbery. Many people who worked there had warned about these issues for a long time. In June 2025, just a few months before the theft, museum staff went on strike. They stopped working because conditions were very bad. There were too many visitors, but not enough people to work. The museum felt unsafe, and its buildings were getting old. Staff said they could not wait 6 years for things to get better. They felt a lot of pressure. Union leaders explained that with so many visitors, there were too few eyes on too many rooms. This meant security was weak. The thieves in October used a construction area where workers were coming and going. This was one of the weak points the staff had talked about. They knew such places were not safe, and the robbery proved them right. The Louvre also has a long history of art being stolen. The most famous theft happened in 1911. An Italian worker named Vincenzo Peruggia stole the Mona Lisa painting. He worked at the museum helping to put glass cases on the paintings. One morning, he entered the museum wearing a white worker's coat. He waited until no one was in the room where the Mona Lisa hung. Then he simply took the painting off the wall, removed its frame, wrapped it in his coat, and walked out. Nobody noticed the Mona Lisa was gone until the next day. The police looked for the painting for a long time, but they could not find it. 2 years later, Perugia tried to sell it in Italy. He was caught and went to prison. The theft made the Mona Lisa very famous around the world. Since then, the painting has been attacked other times, like in 1956 when someone threw a rock at it. Because of this, the Mona Lisa now sits behind bulletproof glass, making it one of the safest artworks. Other items have also been stolen from the Louvre. In 1983, 2 pieces of old armor were taken. They were found almost 40 years later. In 1998, a painting called Le Chemin de Sèvres was stolen. These events show that security at the Louvre has often been a challenge. The recent robbery in October 2025 was not the first time valuable items went missing, and it highlighted problems that had been present for many years. 6 big thefts in Europe. The big theft at the Louvre was not the only one like it in Europe. Many other museums have faced similar serious crimes in recent years. These events show a worrying trend. Professional criminal groups often plan and carry out bold thefts of valuable items from famous cultural places. One well-known theft happened in Dresden, Germany, in 2019. Thieves broke into the Green Vault, a very old museum. To help their crime, they turned off nearby streetlights, making the area dark. They then used a pre-cut window to quickly get inside. Once inside, the thieves used axes to smash glass cases. They stole many precious jewels, including the famous 49-carat Dresden white diamond. The whole crime took only about 13 minutes. They burned their getaway car to destroy clues. Police later arrested members of the Remo clan, a known crime family. They recovered 31 stolen items, but some jewels are still missing, and the pieces found were damaged. Another important theft was in Berlin in 2017. Thieves took a huge gold coin weighing 100 kilograms from the Bode Museum. This coin was very rare, worth around 4 million euros. Reports said a security guard helped the thieves. The crime happened very fast. The same Remo clan was involved. The valuable gold coin was never found. Experts believe the thieves melted it down to sell the gold. Paris also saw another major art theft in 2010. A single thief, known as Spider-Man, broke into the Museum of Modern Art. He removed a window and took 5 famous paintings by artists like Picasso and Matisse. These paintings were worth over 100 million euros. Security systems did not work well, and the thief got away easily. Sadly, those priceless paintings have never been found. These big thefts show that even famous museums in Europe are not always safe. They highlight a clear pattern. Highly organized groups plan these crimes with great care. They target valuable art and jewels, often working quickly and sometimes with inside help. This constant threat makes improving museum security a big challenge all over Europe. 7. a worldwide problem. The theft from the Louvre Museum shows a bigger problem. Stealing art is not just a local crime in France or Europe. It is a worldwide problem. Many famous thefts have happened in other countries too, and some pieces are still missing today. One of the most well-known cases is the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, USA. On March 18, 1990, two men dressed like police officers entered the museum. They tied up the security guards. For 81 minutes, they moved around the museum and stole 13 pieces of art. These included valuable paintings by Rembrandt and Vermeer. The empty frames still hang on the walls today, a sad reminder of what was lost. Even after many years, none of these artworks have been found. The museum still offers a very large reward for information leading to their return. Another famous museum, the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, Netherlands, has also been robbed. In 2002, thieves used a ladder and sledgehammers to get into the building. They stole two paintings by the artist Van Gogh. These paintings were missing for 14 years. In 2016, they were finally found hidden in a house in Italy. Police discovered that a group from the Camorra, Italian mafia, had bought them. Many of these big crimes are done by organized groups. One such group is called the Pink Panthers. Interpol, a large police organization, gave them this name. They are known for stealing expensive jewels and watches. This group is thought to have many members, perhaps around 800 people. Many of them were soldiers before. They are experts at planning fast and careful robberies. They have stolen between $500 million and $1 billion worth of items from many cities, including Tokyo, London, and Geneva. Sometimes they even used cars to crash into shopping malls to get to jewelry stores. Stolen art is often used to get money for other crimes. Criminal groups use these valuable items as a kind of money for drug deals. They can also sell art to fund terrorism. For example, the group ISIS made millions of dollars by selling old artifacts stolen from important archaeological sites. The secret nature of the art market makes it easier for these criminals to sell stolen goods. This hidden trade makes art theft the third largest criminal enterprise in the world, after drugs and human trafficking. It shows that protecting art is important not only for culture, but also for global security. 8. What happens next? Getting stolen art back is very hard. Experts say only 5 to 10% of stolen art is ever found again. For jewels like the ones taken from the Louvre, there is a big risk of them being destroyed. Thieves often melt down gold and silver or remove the precious stones. Then they sell these materials for money, which means the historical piece is lost forever. For example, a 100-kilogram gold coin was stolen from a museum in Berlin. Police later found pure gold dust, showing the coin was melted. People worry the same sad fate could happen to the Napoleonic jewels, turning them into simple raw materials. Museums are now using new technologies to keep art safe. They use small wireless sensors that can hide on artworks or inside display cases. If an item is moved or touched, these sensors quickly send an alert to staff, showing exactly where the problem is. Another useful tool is a special liquid called smart water. This invisible liquid has a unique code. If stolen art is found much later, this code can prove its original owner. No single system gives total protection, so museums need a mix of different technologies and trained people. These systems help protect pieces even when the museum is closed. This heist is a big warning for all cultural places. It shows that security needs to be much better. It also highlights that criminal groups are very organized and work across many countries. To fight this, nations must work together. They need to share information and coordinate their police efforts. This cooperation is key to finding stolen items and stopping future thefts. Protecting our shared history and important cultural objects is a job for everyone. If we do not act, more treasures might be lost forever. What do you think museums should do first to stop future thefts?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.